ربي زدني علما.
Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
How are you, Yusuf?
Good.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So we are continuing from Surah Ta-Ha, and we are done with the story of Prophet Musa, and now we are going to continue with ayah number 99, and this is going to be a commentary. Let's see what it tells us about. So, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم كذلك نقص عليك من أنباء ما قد سبق وقد آتيناك من لدنا ذكرا. Like this, we narrate, we relate to you, alayka meaning you, meaning Prophet Muhammad, from information, important news, special news of the past events. And indeed, we have sent you this reminder, meaning the Quran, from our own self. So, naqusu is the word that I want to talk about, Yusuf. Allah says that like this, we have narrated to you. Now, qissa is a story, right? Do you know qissa?
Yeah.
Qissa is a story. But it's not just a regular story. It means a story that takes step by step and it walks you through the entire story. So Allah says that He narrates to us, takes us step by step with such stories, just like the story of Prophet Musa that was mentioned to us. So these are some special news which has already happened. And certainly we have given you, meaning Prophet Muhammad, from us, meaning from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, dhikra, a remembrance, a reminder. So dhikra is the word which is referring to Quran. So in Quran, there are different words used for Quran, meaning sometimes whether it is Quran, sometimes it is like dhikr, even al-kitab. What does al-kitab means, Yusuf?
The book.
Yeah. And dhikr is?
Remembrance.
Yes, remembrance and reminder. And now comes, what if somebody does not care about this reminder? Meaning somebody doesn't bother about reading Quran or understanding Quran, connecting to Quran in some way. مَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْهُ فَإِنَّهُ يَحْمِلُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ وِزْرًا. Whoever who turns away from it, meaning turns away from the Quran, from this zikr, فَإِنَّهُ, then surely, indeed, for him would be يَحْمِلُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ وِزْرًا, that he will be carrying on the day of judgment, wizra, a burden. So it is just like that you are as if carrying a burden upon yourself. And this is for those people who turn away from Quran. So Yusuf, what do you think it means when we say that turning away from Quran?
Who go like the wrong path, go astray?
Yeah, you're right that those who do not follow the Quran, basically, right? Maybe does not give importance to it.
Who go against it.
Yeah, go against them. In the form of their actions, and also the importance that we are supposed to give to Quran, not giving that. So in Quran, in Surah Ta-Ha, one of the ayahs talks about the purpose of Quran. Allah mentions to us that this book, as in Allah has sent this book, it is Mubarakan. Mubarak is meaning something which is blessed. So we know that when we read Quran, we get those good deeds. So with every letter, how many good deeds do we get, Yusuf?
10.
Yes, that's right. So with every letter, we get 10 deeds. So yes, Quran is full of blessings. Whenever we read Quran, that adds barakah to our day, to our time, to our abilities. We get those good deeds. But that is not the purpose of Quran. So the purpose is لِيَتَدَبَّرُوا وَلِيَتَفَكَّرُوا, meaning that the purpose is to ponder upon it, to think about it, what Quran is telling us. So just knowing the story is not important. As in, what is the purpose of the story? How can I connect to the story? How can I take advice from this story? And Allah says that who can do that? Those who are the intelligent ones. So do you want to be an intelligent one in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala?
Yes.
Yes, we all want to be. Going on forth from ayah number 101, خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا, the ones who are going to remain in it forever, وَسَاءَ لَهُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ حِمْلًا, and how bad, how terrible is going to be the burden on the day of Qiyamah. يَوْمَ يُنْفَخُ فِي الصُّورِ. Now here comes the description of Yawm al-Qiyamah. You probably know a lot of things that are going to happen on the day of standing. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions just a couple of them. One of them is that on the day we know that it would be blown in the trumpet, and because of that sound, وَنَحْشُرُ الْمُجْرِمِينَ يَوْمَئِذٍ زُرْقًا, Allah says that we shall gather all the mujrimeen. Do you remember what is the meaning of mujrimeen, Yusuf?
The criminals?
Yes, the criminals. So on that day, the criminals, they will be zurqa. Zurqa is blue-eyed, meaning that out of the terror, as in they will be so scared that this is an expression that their eyes are going to turn blue with terror. يَتَخَافَتُونَ بَيْنَهُمْ. And they would be speaking in whispers to each other. And what are they whispering? They would be whispering and talking about إِن لَبِثْتُمْ إِلَّا عَشْرًا. And they are now talking to each other. They're whispering, Yusuf, that's why I'm speaking like this. They're going to say that, did we stay for 10 days? And one who knows most amongst them, he's going to say that I think that we maybe stayed just today, not that long. And here, the person who's like the most knowledgeable, the person who knows really well, the person who is a careful estimator and he knows that what he's talking about, that person is going to say that we stayed in dunya for just a day. Yusuf, are we staying in dunya for just a day?
No.
So everybody would feel as if it was just today. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْجِبَالِ. And they ask you about the mountains. What is going to happen to mountains on day of Qiyamah? That Allah says, tell them that my Rabb will crush them and scatter them like fine dust. He will turn the earth into plain level ground. Meaning the mountains, they're like huge, but on the day of Qiyamah, we'll see that they are just turned into particles and everything is flat. Allah would just going to crush each one of them. You will see neither any curve nor any elevation on the land. يَوْمَئِذٍ يَتَّبِعُونَ دَاعِيَ لَا عِوَجَ لَهُ. On that day, the people will follow the call of the caller. No one will dare show any crookedness. And the voices would be hushed, لِلرَّحْمَنِ, for the most merciful. فَلَا تَسْمَعُ إِلَّا هَمْسًا. And you shall hear nothing but the sound of a hums. Hums means whispering. So Yusuf, when you're using the mouse with your laptop and you press it, what do you call it? Click. You click on the mouse, right? You're clicking. So when you say the word click, can you hear that sound when I'm saying it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in Tajweed as well, there is a rule which is called hums. When we're reading ayahs like laha ma kasabat, that sound of, as in after the slight sound after the word that we are speaking, that is called hums, the whisper, the slight sound after that. So on that day, and you shall hear nothing but the sound of a hums. يَوْمَئِذٍ لَا تَنْفَعُ الشَّفَاعَةُ. That on that day, what day are we talking about, Yusuf?
Day of Judgment / Day of Standing.
Yes, day of standing. So on that day, there is not going to be any shafa, meaning nobody is going to intercede for each other. Do you understand the word intercession, Yusuf?
Intercession or intermission?
Intercession.
No.
So intercession means talking on behalf of somebody, as in maybe you were in the line of pizza and maybe one of my friends, they are the one who are distributing the pizza. And you are in the line, you're going to get your turn, and when it gets your turn, I'm like asking the other person, Yusuf is really a good boy, he makes good choices, and he was very kind, he gave his turn to somebody, and can you like give him like 2 slices, or can you give him the best piece? So me, as in saying something to another person, that is like I am speaking on your behalf, I'm like recommending you as well. Okay, so on that day, nobody would be able to do that. إِلَّا مَنْ أَذِنَ لَهُ الرَّحْمَنِ. Unless ar-Rahman, as in the most merciful, most loving, tells that person to وَرَضِيَ لَهُ قَوْلًا, and would like to give him a hearing. We know that Quran can be our intercessor on the day of judgment. The Prophet can be our intercessor on the day of judgment. For example, how can Quran be our intercessor? Quran would say that this person used to read me, this person used to recite, and this person used to memorize me. So only those things would be able to intercede for us if Allah wants them to. So Yusuf, talking about Quran, as in connecting to Quran, I want you to think about it. Can you think of one of your friends who's like a really good friend?
Yeah, Ihsan.
So now I want you to think about Ihsan. What do you want to do with them?
I don't know. Whenever we go to each other's houses, we usually play some basketball. Then we may play some football. Then we watch some TV and that stuff.
So when you're friends with somebody, you like to hang out with them, right? Spend time with them?
Yeah.
Okay, do you exactly know what Ihsan likes to play and what does he like to do?
He likes to play basketball. He likes to play Fortnite. And he likes to go to his dad's store.
Okay. And do you understand when Ihsan is talking to you?
Yeah.
So now I want you to think about Quran. So So just like when we like somebody, we want to connect to somebody. Let's put it this way. When we want to connect to somebody, we want to spend time with them. We want to understand what they are saying to us. We exactly know that what are their likes, what are the things that as in they don't like, how am I going to spend time with them, right? So now I want you to think about Quran. If we want to make Quran our buddy, we need to spend time with the Quran. We need to understand what the Quran is telling us. So yes, I know that Quran is in Arabic and we may be speaking some different language. If we do not know what our friend is talking to us, how would we ever be able to connect to our friend? So trying to understand the language of Quran, trying to spend more time with Quran would help us make Quran our buddy, not just in dunya, but also in hereafter and also in grave as well, inshallah. So we'll end up our session here. Till next time, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Let's learn the dua to make the Quran our buddy. اللهم آنس وحشتي في قبري اللهم ارحمني بالقرآن العظيم واجعله لي إماما ونورا وهدى ورحمة